easily one of my favorite places. It's a middle school, and the cool thing about this middle school is that it's got a stop sign. No, just joking. Well, I'm not joking, there's a stop sign. But the cool thing about this school is that it's got its own little set of trails. Now, the difficult thing about this is that you do have to get a little bit creative and not mind looping a lot. But here at McCleskey Middle School, their cross-country course, they used to have a 5K out here, but then I think they stopped doing it for the public. But they use this little trail system as part of their course, and 2 loops would equal a 5K. I've been out here for 10 plus miles. I've been out here for 2 miles. It just depends on how much you want to loop. But this is one of the little trailheads. You can see there's trees down every once in a while because it's not maintained super often. But this is an awesome place, super awesome place if you want to log some miles and you don't mind repeating a lot. And on hot days, you can see the sun's out, but the trail's nice and shaded, so if it's a real hot day, this is a great place to come get your run or walk in. Just to give you a sort of an idea what it looks like, this is sort of the front of the trailhead, and it sort of leads down through this way. It's awesome. The footing's not too bad. Sometimes it can get a little iffy if like I said, it's not maintained often. But sometimes I think the school system will come out here and maybe clean it up a little bit. But as you can tell, I mean, it's pretty back here. It's pretty and it's shaded. You know, I told you, like I said, in the summer, it's great for hot runs. But you know what? I've been out here with 3 inches of snow on the ground, and the trail, it's real pretty with snow on the ground. But yeah, it's a great trail. And coming up the trail up to here, it sort of spits you out to where the school is. You can loop around and go in a circular fashion back that way if you want, or you can fork to the left coming out of here. The concrete leads back to a parking lot. And it's nice because look, it's all pine straw. Got a cool little bridge here. Goes over Rubes Creek. If you're familiar with the Woodstock, Marietta area, Rubes Creek is one of the main creeks that kind of flows through lots of parts of it. And look at this. Big old cross-country style field that spits you out onto. If you go that way, it loops around a retention pond. If you go down this way toward the hill, it spits you out at a track across the street where you can do track work if you want. Now the unique thing about that track, it's called Northside Wellness Track, but the unique thing about it is that it does have a tiny little hill in it. So if you're trying to do interval work, it's not for the faint of heart. So like I said, this is that little retention pond that's fenced in, but this loops around. This loops around and allows you to sort of add on. It's definitely a very cross-country style. The cool thing is the grass is always pretty short, so it's solid footing. You can see where people have sort of worn in its own little path. But it's really cool. Look at that. You'd never know this is back here. You'd have no idea it's back here. But there it is. Okay, coming out of the retention pond area, you can hang a right to do another lap if you want, or you can go this way. I would suggest going this way. This way is cool because it taps into more single track trail. Single track trail, single track trail. Sometimes that might be hard to say 3 times fast. So you could go left, but that's kind of pointless. It's going to put you back at the retention pond. You go right to continue on the trail. How cool is that? If that's not an awesome hill, I don't know what is. After that nice little hill, it continues on downhill to a little creek, or you can hang a right at the top of the hill, and this will spit you out by, here, I'll show you. By the school. See over that way is the retention pond and the school parking lot and the school itself, which actually loops around, and you can go back that way as well. So once you come down behind the school, it's got this nice little trail that comes out, spits you out to where there's a little creek that sort of connects to Rubes Creek as well. And if you continue on, yes, there are some picnic tables, which is nice. Have a little picnic if you would like. It continues on back toward the back, and it keeps climbing because you have to get all the way back to the top of where the school's at. But this is definitely worth a climb because it's just an extension of a really pretty trail. Now don't make the mistake of actually going over there on the other side of the creek, because that actually goes into where a neighborhood is. Not that it's a bad thing, but if you want to stay on the actual trail, stay on the west side of the creek. You can see a little bit of water running through. Sometimes I've seen this very, very dry before, because if you don't get a lot of rain, it'll stay pretty dry. But we've had a lot of rain lately, so you'll notice that it's got some decent water running through. But up this way is where you can climb back to the top and head back toward the school, where the parking lot is. I usually like to do an out and back so I don't have to go back on the concrete, but awesome nonetheless. So coming back up, it spits you out on some pretty rocky terrain actually, but it takes you back to, there's a little trail marking here, up to the school. So this is behind the school. It's an awesome little part of the school. If I went to school here, it'd be awesome. Granted, that would be like 20 plus years ago, but nonetheless, this is an awesome place. And you can loop this parking lot if you want. This parking lot loops right up to the front where the trailhead starts and where the entrance for the school is. It's right up front, so you can do as many or little loops as you want to actually make a pretty quality run out of this little area next to a school. I highly suggest it. There's definitely some good elevation change, and there's also some flat portions too, so if you would rather stay maybe on flatter ground, you can loop the parking lot or jump across the street to that one to Northside Wellness Track. But I mean, this is just awesome. This is great because it's readily available. It's local. When people think about parks around the Woodstock, Kennesaw, Marietta area, they typically think of the big things first. They think of Soap Creek down near the Chattahoochee River. They think about Kennesaw Mountain. That's another popular one. They think about the big places that you have to go, where there's a ton of people. And don't get me wrong, I like being around like-minded people, being outside and fitness and running and whatnot, but there's a part of my personality, at least, that likes to not have to be around too many people. So if you have the opportunity to not be around a lot of people, or actually if you're looking for that opportunity, this is something that you can add to that list if you live or visit around this area. It's just awesome. So I just wanted to show this part too. This is where I came from, and we're back to the front of the school. But all this is very runnable. You can add it to your run or walk. As you can see those people down there, they're walking, enjoying this place. But I mean, even along the side here, look at this. Even along the side here, this is all very runnable. This is good footing. It's all pine straw. You know, just keep your eyes open for the occasional root or pine cone or rock, but really, it's not too bad. But you'll notice that this is just the beginning again. This is back to the beginning of it, and you know, I'm lucky to have this so close to home. I really wish they had that race still out here. I don't know. You tell me what you think. You know, ask away in the comment section. Tell me what you think. See, there's that log at the front of the trailhead, but you'll notice that, you know, it's awesome. Okay, come out here, check it out. Go after some of my Strava segments. I dare you.